We're at this lighthouse here.
Upstate New York.
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie.
Oh, look at that.
It's a beautiful bell. 1923. But look, they leave a mallet out.
Oh, I don't know.
Surely they want you to strike it.
Oh, I don't know.
It has to be done.
Oh, that was so loud. I'm real embarrassed.
That is great. That is real great.
So here we are on the edge of Lake Erie. We've started a massive road trip to go from our house in Indiana to Maine.
Canada, really.
Into Canada for a day. And Vermont for a while. And Connecticut for a while. Rhode Island for a while. And we're on our way. We're on our way to Maine. And we stopped to have this little picnic. Jeremiah has made himself a really yummy lettuce wrap. He gave me some bites with turkey and Swiss cheese. We stopped at Aldi and got some lunch meat and cheese. It's pretty good. We have some avocado we brought from home. There's my kombucha I'm drinking. And then after we eat lunch, we're gonna walk along the beach. We're in Utica. Is this New York? Utica, New York?
Utica, New York.
Jeremiah is packing our bags. It's 11 a.m. We slept in on purpose. And now we're gonna head towards Mount Washington. We're excited to see what's next. We're at the Adirondacks Welcome Center. And they have these really cool vending machines that have local stuff. So there's some, oh look, it's local kombucha. And local iced coffee. Jeremiah's gonna get one of these local sodas. And here you can get an I Heart New York t-shirt, which we think we're gonna get one. And a coffee cup. And mustard and maple syrup. Is that butter in that tin right there? That is so cool.
Tastes like root beer.
Are those seeds? Those are seeds you can buy. I think that's real cool. And here, cheesecake. Another kind of cheesecake.
Smokehouse
Look at
mustard.
that. Look at that fudge. Looks really good.
More than mustard.
Mustards. And here, this one might be my favorite because look at those cute little maple candies. There's some very fancy chocolate for $18. A garnet, big garnet. Laura Ingalls Wilder. We're in a state park in Vermont. We wanted to come get on the AT for a minute. We're close to where we're staying for the night. Still on our way to Maine and Acadia. It's so beautiful. And I wish I knew more about geology of Vermont because that rock is really interesting. And this is directly on the Appalachian Trail, which is fun. We're going to walk around a bit more. So we're here in New Hampshire. We're about to go up Mount Washington on the Cog-Rail Road. And we found this little hike around a little lake. And I'm about to go across this little footbridge. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stop my video. Right, we're gonna watch Jeremiah cross. Will he make it, folks? We don't know. I think he will. I think he's got what it takes. He says he doesn't know why there aren't any railings. How was it, sir?
It was wild.
We've got our rain jackets on.
Match.
We have double layers of jackets because it's chilly. It's the beginning of September. It's September 5th. It's about 56 degrees, drizzly. We like it. We just had some hot soup at a little restaurant stop. All right, we got across the bridge. We've had a couple of those so far. That was the most dramatic. So yeah, after this, we're going on a train that takes you to the top of Mount Washington. So that should be pretty cool. We think it's real rainy here today, so there probably won't be a view from the top of Mount Washington, but we've been talking about that's not really why people go to Mount Washington anyway, because it's almost always socked in by rain. And we've seen it a lot because we like to watch AT hikers, and the Appalachian Trail goes over Mount Washington. And when we watch them cross Mount Washington, it's always cold and cloudy and might be snowing. Real crazy. But we like going to like alpine, subalpine, high altitude areas where the vegetation changes. We just like to look at everything. So we're pretty excited. Here we are at the observation area, Mount Washington, New Hampshire. You can see on the road right there, that's the road that you can drive up. You see the car? We took there's a train that comes up here. We took the train. That was really fun. I think the drive might be a little white knuckle for me. We noticed from up here, we think that you can see the AT. Do you see that? I'm gonna put my finger on here. Do you see that trail? We think that's the AT. And you can see little cairns, little things built out of rocks that mark it as well. We can zoom in here. There's one. It marks where the trail is because it's just fields of rock out here. You can't really see trails when you're down in it. And we were down trying to find it earlier because we wanted to just walk a little bit of it. And it was hard to find. We had to find it we happened upon a hiker and we saw where he was walking. We talked to him for a minute and he said, we looked out today because the weather was bad enough. There weren't a lot of hikers because he said the tradition is the hikers moon the passengers on the train. And he said sometimes there's a whole line of hikers with their pants dropped mooning the train. That would have been a bit of a shock, but pretty funny, I think. So now we're up here for about an hour until the train goes back down. So we walked around a little bit, walked on the AT a little bit. It's really beautiful up here. It's stunning. It's not very often you get above the tree line. And now we're both gonna go touch the summit sign of Mount Washington. There's Jeremiah behind the summit sign. It's about 48 degrees. September 5th. It was about, well, I guess it was only about 57 at the bottom.
When are you gonna summit?
I'm gonna come over there right now. So we made it to Acadia National Park finally, and we're here at Thunder Hole. This is really our first park moment. We drove around a lot trying to get the lay of the land, and we went to the visitor center to get our pass, and now we're here. And that actually right there on the other side of that is technically Thunder Hole, and you can see there's a lot of people lined up. I think when you're over there you can have the most dramatic view, But today we didn't feel like fighting the crowds really, so we're just hanging out over here and we're really loving it. This is the beginning of high tide, and so you see these dramatic waves coming in right here. This has just now started. It was really kind of mellow here and relaxed, and now we're just starting to get these white caps come in. So it's pretty exciting. And this was also, we had not, so I don't know what everybody else thinks of Acadia, but I think of these rocks jutting out into the sea. And this is our first glimpse we had out of it today. And it was funny because we just went around a corner and here it was. And bam, just in your face, those images you've seen your whole life of the coast of Acadia, the coast of Maine, really. And it keeps going. And I'm starting to be able to hear, so I guess what Thunderhold does is the water goes into a crevice that's right there. You can't see it on here, but basically if you could see through this big rock, right there on the other side is a line of people standing on a walkway the Park Service has made. And I believe the water is going to shoot up in there for high tide, and it's going to hit those rocks so hard that it's going to make a crashing noise, like a boom noise when the water comes in, and big giant waves are going to come through there. But we're already starting to hear the little booms. So we're here on Cadillac Mountain. Today was our pass day. You have to get a pass to come up. We're not at the tippy top. We were a little bit ago, and we came down here a little bit to be alone and eat a little snack. But these are a couple of cruise ships that have been on the water all day. And then I just noticed there's an old schooner. I don't know if they're really called schooners, but it's like an old ship style with big sails. I don't think you can really see it very well, but anyway, it's about 6 or 6:30, and we decided we're going to stay up here for sunset. Now we'll probably find a seat facing the other way because this is facing east. But we just sat here to have a little snack. We set up our camp chairs, and here I thought I'd show you our snack. We're having slices of avocado and oysters. I know you might think that's gross. We love them. Sardines, tortillas, crackers. You ready to have a little snack, Jeremiah?
Ready.
Okay. All right, we're out here in the same spot where we had dinner, but we went to the other side of the road. So now we're facing west, and we're gonna watch sunset. And there are some other people out here. This isn't even the most popular area to go. And there's people over there. Everybody's gathered. It feels kind of like a small party.
I mean, basically, it's like you're waiting for the eclipse.
Yeah, it's very exciting. That's the way we were looking earlier. And then we just crossed the road to watch the sunset. The colors keep changing. It's really fun to watch. It's going down. We got the last little bit of it. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at it. Wow, you just see a little tiny bit. That's really fun.
Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigo. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Taking his time.
There's just a little bitty bit left.
I got stuck.
Look at it. It's just a little tiny sliver.
Another day.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh no. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Yay. That's great.
Now comes the traffic jam. Hey, we can be first off.
Yeah, when you turn around, there's the moon came up while we were sitting here. So, this morning, let's see, it's about 9 a.m. Ooh, look at that little bit of historic wall. It's 9 a.m. I am supposed to work today, but I got up early, got a few hours in, and we snuck out into the park to do a little walk. And now we're out here at Jordan. We're by Jordan Pond House, and that is a restaurant inside the park. You might have heard of it. It's famous because people like to go there and sit at the outdoor tables with a lovely view, and they serve tea and popovers. If you haven't had a popover before, they're really fun. They're these breads that pop up, and they have a lot of air inside, so they puff up and get great big. And then you can eat them with butter and jam. I've made them before, and they're really good. And I had heard of them, of course, because I don't know, a lot of people have heard of popovers. But the first time I ever had them is I went on a Boundary Waters canoe trip with some friends, and that's way up northern Minnesota, I think. And so those northern areas of Minnesota and Wisconsin, they have a lot of restaurants that are called dinner clubs or supper clubs. I'm not super familiar with it, but I think it's a cultural thing up there. And I don't know if they all do this, but the one that we went to before, so we're about to take this journey in canoes for 7 days. So before we did that, we all stopped and had dinner together, and we went to this supper club, and they sat us down, and they said, while you're looking over the menu, I'll go get your popovers, which I had never heard such a thing. I'll go get your popovers. How cool is that? So they brought us a whole bunch of popovers to share, and that was really fun. But then I don't know, several months later, I made some popovers for my family, and everybody really liked it. So it's just a fun thing to make. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. A lot of trails leave from here. For one, you can walk around Jordan Pond. That's about 3 miles. But we found this other little trail that follows this nice stream here. And what I'm loving about it, I think it's called the Jordan Stream Trail or something. What I'm loving about it is, it seems like so many of the trails here at Acadia are these kind of wide gravel paths. And they're nice, but they don't let you really feel immersed. And I stepped onto this, and I was just immediately excited, because this is like, I'm walking on granite stones. There's moss right there. There's a pine tree right there. There's a beautiful stream right there. And I'm getting all of the nature I ever dreamed of when I dreamed of coming to Maine. This is exactly what I expected to see, and it's really fun. We just got to this boardwalk area. We really love boardwalks, so I thought I'd film a little bit of it. What's Jeremiah doing? What you doing back there?
Taking a picture while you're walking.
Oh. Hello.
Hello. I'm capturing my own memories.
So right now we're on this walk that I think it's called Jordan Stream. And we just saw a little sign that said, did it say Cobblestone Bridge? It said Cobblestone Bridge, 0.6 miles. So we're very excited about seeing this Cobblestone Bridge. So we think we might see the Cobblestone Bridge ahead. I think I see it. Oh, there it is. That's so nice. This is one of those trails you have to navigate over roots and stuff. Oh, there's a nice little path going under it even. That's so cool. Look at all of those stones. It looks like all granite rock. Drink. It's getting so many drinks. It must be eating some bugs that are in the water. She's on the ocean. Ocean birdie. Well, this is the day that we left Acadia, and we're driving on up the coast to go to Lubeck. We learned that we're not pronouncing that right, but we're just going to keep pronouncing it that way because we haven't figured out the appropriate way to say it yet. But we are here at Roque, spelled R-O-Q-U-E. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that either. Roque Bluffs State Park. Jeremiah found this one. And so far, I do think there were probably some nice trails here, but the main thing you see when you come here is this big, wide beach. Now, this is kind of a treat because so far on the coast, the part of the coast of Maine we've been to, there aren't a lot of beaches. It's a lot of beautiful granite rocks coming out into the ocean, but not a lot of beaches. And we've been really enjoying walking along and looking in the sand for things, and we weren't really seeing any shells, but we were talking about if we saw some shells, and then I spotted one of these, which I've never seen shells like this before. So we picked up a few because we thought they were really pretty. And then we were walking along some more, and we come along, you know, we had just seen 10 or something. Come along in this area, and suddenly we are just stunned because this is what we see. All completely those little shells right here. Now I don't know how well you can see it on camera, so I'm gonna pick up a random handful of shells and I'm gonna bring them up close. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? It's all those little shells. That's all what is here. I don't know what they're called. Somebody else, probably somebody watching is saying, that's XYZ, silly. It's so-and-so, silly. I don't know what they are, but they're really cute. Some of the cutest little shells I've ever seen. What's this blue? What is that? A piece of an old shell. They make a neat sound when you drop them. What if I put them in my hand and shake them around? They have a lot of variation too. This is where we just stayed for the last 2 nights in West Quoddy Station near Lubbock, Canada, Lubbock, Maine. And it's really quiet and peaceful here. These are other houses where you can stay. And over here is the water. We went out and sat on that deck a while, overlooking the water. We had our own nice deck here. It's just, we immediately noticed how quiet and peaceful it is here. There's another place you can stay. We're about to leave, but I thought I'd do a little video so we can remember this. And inside, it just feels like a cute little cabin. It sort of reminded me of a Girl Scout camp or a Boy Scout camp. It was really cozy. Our beds aren't made. We're about to head out. Oh, I should turn this fan off. And that's it. We had a real good time. I'd like to come back here. It was so nice. Ready to go, Jeremiah?
Yep. Gotta give back the key.
Alrighty. Jeremiah just... Is it cold?
How old? 60 degrees. Sounds a lot warmer than it is.